Hello and welcome to the first OutPower newscast of 2020. On today's edition, we're going to talk about the OutSystems Low-Code School, a community member's blog post that glances over how a reactive application compares to a progressive application. We also go over a guide that explains how we can configure and use web servers client-side certificates, and as it is usual, we go over last week's highlights from the OutSystems community. Let's start our news by mentioning that the second edition of the OutSystems Low-Code School has recently finished and was able to train 18 professional and enthusiastic individuals over a period of 2 weeks. With their exam certification as their next step in this OutSystems adventure, we wish them the best of luck. The OutSystems team will keep working on this program in 2020, so we'll try to keep you posted on the next editions of the OutSystems Low-Code School. For more information on this, please visit the following forum post. Community member Ruben Gonçalves wrote an interesting article that goes over if a reactive application is equal in value and nature to a progressive application. In his article, he goes over the definition of a reactive application and how it compares to responsive web design and a progressive web application. He also goes over how it all fits in the scope of the OutSystems timeline. If you're interested in this article, you can reach the blog post at the following page. Next, we jump over to hints and how-tos. Today we'll go over a guide that will teach us how we can configure and use web service client-side certificates. To increase the security or to access a secure web service, we might require to use client-side certificates in these web services or web references. This guide explains how we can achieve this in OutSystems and what is required to be able to do this. If this is of your interest, you can reach the forum post to this guide at the following link. On our next how-to, we refer to a blog post by community member Ruben Bonito. In this post, we are presented with a guide that explains how we can produce a progressive web app by using a traditional web application and JavaScript. The guide goes over all the necessary steps and code to reach the desired demo. You can reach this guide at the following page. Now we go over this week's selection of deployments in the Forge. Talking about the Forge, after going through this week's deployments by the community members, we have the following picks. On our final segment, we're going to talk about this week's idea. This week's idea that grabbed the attention of the OutSystems community was a request to expand the list system actions to include the following: a list insert head, a list remove head, and a list remove tail. By adding these to our portfolio of available actions, it would prevent us from redeveloping these patterns, thus preventing possible bugs and simplifying our code. To find out more, you can access the OutSystems ideas page to find out more details. And with that last segment, we wrap up today's newscast. Thank you very much for watching, and please join us next time for more OutSystems news by OutPower. Have a nice day.